Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for information and educational purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right. This is our last session of the day, only session of the day. All right, crude picking up its second trade of the day, just going through target 2, or actually target 3 and 4. Targets 2 and 3 were our actionable targets, 17 and 24 ticks. That was a stop and revert. Actually, no, that's not right. 13 and 20 ticks. So 33 ticks. We're going to be 9 ticks net positive because we went 68.29 to 68.41 on the stop and reverse. And now that is moving forward. Unleaded picked up its first trade of the day, 901.36. That hit money management but not target. So that's just a straight 2-tick break-even trade. Second trade also gets to money management, picks up target 1, and then trails out at 91.73. So that is a power of quitting 2 money management trades, and unleaded is done. Soybeans has a get in sync short. I have the entry at 1005 flat. I'm adjusting a tick around the 2 spikes down to 05 1/4, which is the plotted entry. Let's see. Yeah, that's still 9 ticks to target 1, so we're still in good shape there. Looks like we went too far too fast on our YM trade. That one is already trailing by the time we get to our start time. But this one's not. That's a short trade on the YM. I should have had a chance to get into that. There's money management. Stop at 51. Actually, that's target also now. 32 ticks. And the stop coming down now to 929. I'm sorry, 936. Now 31 and 21 and 16. Michael Russell picking up a short trade also. That did survive, and that just went for money management. We'll come down a tick, but I'm not going to worry with that right now. Targets 3 and 4, so that's a winning trade. 0.7 for the 100.7 for the trailing stop at the moment. YM all the way down to 820. let's see, 822 now, and 816. Big runner on the YM. Micro Russell picking up a runner. There's target 1 and 1 tick from target 2 on soybeans. Our stop will come down to 04 3/4. Looking for 01 1/4 for target 2. I would tend to trade for profit at 01 0150, 01 1/2. Just 1 tick. I wouldn't fight over it at this point. It's been sitting there too long. So that, go ahead and pick up 14 ticks instead of letting it come back to the break-even stop. But this is going to be a POQ trade anyway. YM did stop out at 811. So it is done. Micro Russell stops out at 98.8. And I need to bring up the micro NQ because that will be coming up here in just a minute. In fact, yep, that would have been a valid trade. Well, yeah, 1 second before our start time. Ooh. There is a wick right there. So yeah, it looks like we should be in that trade. Now we have a long trade setting up. Stop, and that does trigger in. Looks like we got a target 2 win out of the first trade. And we take a full stop out on the second trade. Short trade now on the micro NQ. Micro NQ moving down, hitting money management. Yeah, there's our stop. 761 1/4. And we finally have activity on the pound Aussie this morning. Long trade at 627, it looks like. Yeah. Long at 627 has not, I don't think it's triggered in yet. It just triggered in. Yeah, 27.0 for the high. And the stop is just at, the stop is at 603, one tick above the session low. So I would take that down to, well, I want to go ahead and take it down to 601. I think that's where it should go. I'd like to take it below the 600 level, but I don't think we can make that big adjustment on that trade. Soybeans trade still short. Stop still at 4 and 3/4. That is actually the plotted stop now, so we're starting to trail. Micro Russell stopping out for money management. That is trade number 3. Crude and unleaded going marginally positive this morning. Another short on the micro NQ. Micro NQ coming down to the session open. That's that gold dotted line. And another short on the Micro Russell. Micro Russell pushing downward. As is the Micro NQ. Soybeans back to be pushing down as well. Small wick on the Micro Russell trade. Soybeans trailing stop down to 04 flat. And a second stop out on the Micro Russell. I'm sorry, on the Micro NQ. Micro Russell is still short. We have one win and we're in the second trade. YM got it done on the short. Big win this morning. Stop and reverse. Set up on the Micro Russell. Make that 21.1.2. Or 2101.2 for the entry. actually make it 2100.6, make it the full stop out. So we are long now. And that is a loss on the micro NQ, or micro Russell. I want to reverse those two charts for some reason this morning. Line management moves up a tick. We get our 14 tick minimum, and that's going to be a full stop out. So that is 2 losses on the micro Russell, 2 losses on the micro NQ. We have a and we now have a short on the micro NQ. That just triggered in. And we take a 3rd loss, so that ends the session for the micro NQ. Pound Aussie getting up very close to money management, and we have a short trade set up on the micro Russell. And we get a stop out on the 3rd stop out on the micro Russell. So that is going to be, that's going to end the session on the micro Russell as well. So getting caught up in noise there on both the micro Russell and the micro NQ. Both sessions are done. So the only things left will be the 10 o'clock crude mini session. Pound Aussie is currently long. And soybeans is short, pushing through the full target 2. Now looking for target 3. Trailing at 03 1/4. Your charts will likely be different than mine, as we're not running on the same data. Even if you're on the same platform, if you're on a different data server, it's likely to be different. Soybeans in its power quitting trade, looking for target 3. I picked up 9.14 on target 2 because I traded for profit when it came down and just hovered 1 tick away. Not willing to let it go all the way back up to the break-even stop at that point. Looking for 21 ticks if we get to target 3, which looks like we're a tick. And we got down into 1,000 flat, and target is it, I think, 999 3/4. Yes, that's where the target is. This is another case of don't fight over a tick. Take the 20 ticks and be on your way. Trailer comes down to 03 flat. But you're risking essentially 3 points for 1 tick. And it just isn't worth it. Now, risking $150 for $12.50. Risk reward ratio there just doesn't cut it. YM pushing downward again. Micro Russell non-trade plan short. Micro NQ just got a break even long. Also non-trade plan. 02.5 for the soybean stop. And Aussie trying to get up through its 200 EMA to money management and target 1. Please do say hello in the chat. And I'm certainly ready to answer questions if anybody has any. Glad to go over what charts we're using. For those of you who haven't been in here before or haven't heard what charts these are set up, what strategies. All right, we did get down through the soybeans target 3. I'll count that as 14, 20, and 9. 34, 43 ticks. Almost 10 3/4 points. That's already 537.50, and we still have a trailing position working at 02.5. That's good for 10 ticks so far. Looks like it's going to move down a couple more ticks on this close of this bar. On the November contract, and Aussie getting very close to money management. It has closed above the 200 EMA. Money management at 642.8. Soybeans did move down to 1,002 flat. Pound Aussie just 6 ticks from money management. And now pulling back in between the 50 and 200. Between 6 and 7 minutes to our crude inventory report, or not inventory report, but 10 a.m. mini session. Inventory report is tomorrow at 10:30. So we'll do a second session tomorrow. So this crude trade has obviously gone too far to be of use for our 10 a.m. mini session. So we'll look for a new setup there. In something over 5 minutes. Pound Aussie back down to the entry level. Down below the 50 EMA as well now. I've got this crude trade just to keep track of it. Pushing down. And Aussie testing the 20 simple moving average and the balance line. Soybeans not terribly active. You see that the session open from yesterday afternoon is still on the chart. But it's already given us 3 targets. The trailer is in between targets 1 and 2 so far. All right, less than a minute to go to our crude 10 a.m. mini session. 25 seconds. We're going to be looking for a new setup here. If you have add-ons turned on, you get a dark blue trade off the 20 SMA right here. And I will turn that on and we will see it. There we go. Here's the add-ons. And there it is. So that actually would be a valid trade for the 10 a.m. session. Well, actually, no. No, that was just a little too early to be a 10 a.m. session trade. So I will turn that back. Well, I'll leave it on, see if we pick up another one. Pound Aussie starting to make the trip back up to money management. And soybeans back down below 1,000. Looks to me like we'll come down to 1,001.5 for the stop on this close of this bar. looks like it's definitely going to close below the signal line. There is a valid long trade. Has not triggered yet. And that's 2 closes below the balance line. There's a short trade at 62. Looks like that triggers in. So our first trade of the 10 a.m. session is a short. And we stopped out on soybeans. Stop should have come down to 100 and a half, or 1001 and 1/2. And that will end the session. So that would have been 1 tick less than target 2, which would have been 15 ticks, 14 ticks, which we got already. So 43, 53, 57 ticks. Solid day. Almost 12 points. Money management and target 1. So this will be a power quitting trade as well. And through target 2. So that finishes up the session. We did hit money management on the pound Aussie. Looks like we missed target by just a couple of ticks. Target 1 at 45. And we got to 44.7. Yeah, missed it by 3 ticks. Soybeans is done. Crude is done. Targets 1 and 2, notice 19 and 30, 49 ticks. That definitely makes up for a lackluster 9 a.m. session. Trailing stop on the pound Aussie at 632. So 5 pips times all five positions. So it's 25 pips, even with that small a trailer. We are still in the long trade. Tucked in nicely below the 50 EMA, so hopefully that will provide support. Crude still trailing down. We're not using a trailer on that trade plan. Okay, everything except the pound Aussie is complete. Pound Aussie is in a long trade. I'll give it 5 or 10 minutes unless somebody has questions that we want questions or comments for discussion. Let's see if that'll go ahead and push up through target one or stop out one or the other. And moving up another pip. 633. And back up through money management. Low 44.40, and we got another high two ticks away. And there's target at 45. So there is target one. This will be a power quitting trade. 18 pips to target one. So our next actionable target, we'll move the marker up to target two. Now, based on where the balance line is, close of the next bar would bring our stop up to 634. But given where the 50 EMA and also that last swing low is, I'm going to say leave it at 640, at 633, or at least one more bar. If it starts a solid upward progression, then I would say go ahead and move it up after the next bar. Not after this bar, but after the next bar. I would not move it up off of this bar. It's only going to be 1 pip. And I'll risk one additional pip to have it go up to more targets. Or actually, risking 1 pip on 4 positions, so you're risking 4 pips. You've also got 3 targets and the trailer. Okay, there's the move up to 34, but I would not move yet. I want to see that if it goes on up to, if it'll go on up on this bar to target 2, then I'll go ahead and take it moving up. It's going to move up, getting close to the 200 EMA on this bar. It's got to push up through the 650 level. And it comes back down, so I would leave it alone, make it push up through that swing high that it just set. We're still just risking one additional pip. Times the 4 positions, so no change. This is just another zebra bar, but I want to see another up bar, true up bar, not just retracing prior move. And testing the 50 EMA again. I'm keeping it a pip below the swing level. Last active chart. And up to money management again. Not moving very fast. All 7 charts hitting power quitting rules this morning. Micro Russell, Micro NQ probably were down sessions, but other than that, everything else was positive. All right, moving up again. Do we get beyond 650 this time? Looks like if we get through 650, we should get the target to it, 654, and then our next level that's likely to give us some resistance is a session high at 660.7. 660, 96.67. And we're getting zebra stripes. And stock moved up to 639. I think 638 is probably a good place. Hide it behind the 200. Need just a little bit more risk on in view of the EMA. And it's worth taking the 5 pips at this point. Looks like things are going to be a little slow and a little noisy. Looks like it's trying again. Target 1 was 18 pips. Target 2 is 27. At 654. And we hit coming up to that 650 level again. Yeah, hit 650 on the nose. Is it going to push through? 3 ticks. 7 ticks. 8 ticks. Huh. 1.5. 1.5 pips. We've exceeded it now. And can we push on through to target 2? That's exceeded all the prior swing highs except for the session high, or at least all those that are on the chart at the moment. But not able to sustain above 650. I'm going to keep the stop at 37. Looks like we're probably going to, the stop is still going to remain at, plot is going to remain at 39. All right. Well, it has reached 10:30. So I am going to have to call it a morning. Remind me to take a look at that tomorrow morning. See how we ended up. Questions or comments? Tomorrow's schedule, regular session at 9:30. Crude oil inventory report session at 10:30. Everybody have a good afternoon, and we will see you tomorrow.